Every year, there are about 60 shark attacks reported worldwide. These are 5 of the scariest and the most amazing stories of shark attacks ever recorded. Top 5 Worst Shark Attacks in History. Rodney Winston Fox. He is a survivor of an attack by a great white shark, and one of the world's foremost authorities on that species. Fox was attacked by a great white shark. He is regarded as a miracle survivor of one of the world's worst non-fatal shark attacks. In the attack, Fox's abdomen was fully exposed and all his ribs were broken on his left-hand side. His diaphragm was punctured. His lung was ripped open. His scapula was pierced. His spleen was uncovered. His artery was exposed, and he was minutes away from his veins collapsing due to the loss of large amounts of blood. The tendons, fingers, and thumb in his right hand were all cut, and to this day he has part of a shark tooth embedded in his wrist. His wounds required 462 stitches after the attack. Fox went on to design and build the first underwater observation cage to dive with the great white shark, and for over 40 years has led major expeditions to film and study his attacker. He arranged and hosted the very first great white shark expedition to welcome sport divers, and has run hundreds of expeditions in the 30 years since. Bethany Hamilton. Bethany Milani Hamilton Dirks is an American professional surfer who survived a 2003 shark attack in which her left arm was bitten off, but ultimately returned to and was victorious in professional surfing. On October 31, 2003, Hamilton, aged 13 at the time, went for a morning surf on Long Tunnels Beach, Kauai, with best friend Alana Blanchard, Alana's father, Holt, and brother Byron. Around 7:30 a.m. with numerous turtles in the area. She was lying on her surfboard with her left arm dangling in the water, when a 14-foot-long, 4.3 meters, tiger shark attacked her, severing her left arm just below the shoulder. She was rushed to Wilcox Memorial Hospital. By the time she arrived, she had lost over 60% of her blood and was in hypovolemic shock. She spent a week in recovery before being released. During subsequent media interviews, she confirmed that she felt normal when she was bitten, and did not feel much pain from the bite at the moment of the disaster, but felt numb on the way to the hospital. Fox went on to design and build the first underwater observation cage to dive with the great white shark, and for over 40 years has led major expeditions to film and study his attacker. He arranged and hosted the very first great white shark expedition to welcome sport divers, and has run hundreds of expeditions in the 30 years since. Joshua Holley. Holley was surfing on Hawaii's North Shore, and he was bitten on his left foot by what was believed to be a tiger shark. He was aware of what to do in this scenario, so the surfer punched the shark twice in the nose with what strength he had. Rather than panic, Mr. Holley's instinct kicked in, and he punched the shark squarely in the nose, yelling at it, "I'm not gonna die today." Then Joshua Holley was paddling off of Oahu's North Shore. Joshua Holley was treated on the beach after the shark attack, and taken to Waiawa General Hospital. He required 42 stitches to his foot, but otherwise he left unscathed. Russell Easton. This is the terrifying moment a daring diver looked into the jaws of one of the world's most dangerous animals. Forced to fend off the tiger shark with just his camera, the adventurer came perilously close to the wrong kind of snap. Conservationist and professional underwater photographer and diver, Russell Easton, was photographing a 12-foot tiger shark in the Bahamas, when suddenly his camera's viewfinder showed a huge mouthful of sharp teeth. The shark bit into Easton's camera, so the diver shoved the camera further into his mouth and was able to swim away to safety. Despite the terrifying incident, the diver says he doesn't think the shark was trying to hurt him, rather, the shark was just trying to figure out what he was by using his mouth like we would use our hand. Michael Eugene Mick Fanning, nicknamed White Lightning, born June 13, 1981, is an Australian professional surfer. In 2015, he survived an encounter with what is suspected to be a great white shark during the J-Bay Open Finals in Jeffreys Bay, South Africa. Fanning was in the water with Julian Wilson during the final, when what is suspected to be a great white shark swam next to him. Fanning punched the shark and tried to wedge his board between the shark and his body. The shark eventually bit off Fanning's leash, and Fanning started his attempt to flee back to shore. Based on analysis of the video, and the fact that Fanning was not bitten, some marine biologists believe the shark had no intention of biting him. A response team quickly rescued him from any further danger by scaring the shark away with a boat and picking up both Fanning and Wilson, who was still in the water nearby. Both surfers escaped unharmed and were given a shared victory, splitting the prize money. He wondered why the shark did not bite him and told reporters, "I'm just lucky it wasn't my time."